Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Zaskia Mutiara Fadhila from Ibadah Rahman Boarding School. I want to tell you a story of Abu Darda radiallahu anhu. Abu Darda radiallahu anhu was one of the companions of Prophet Muhammad SAW. His full name was Uwaymir bin Said bin Qais. He was a trader in Medina. He was a man of simplicity and kindness. He was a well-known, a wealthy person in Medina, and everyone liked and respected him. He was not born a Muslim. However, after the Battle of Badr, he converted to Islam. His preachings were basically focused on the insignificance of worldly wealth. He was a maverick person who has keen on following the path of Prophet Muhammad SAW. Abu Darda was alive beyond with his great wisdom. Once, Abu Darda was walking through the street and found a group of youths sitting and chatting. They were also looking at the passerby. Abu Darda walked to them and said, "My children, the monastery of a Muslim man is his house, in which he controls himself and lowers his guests. We were sitting in the marketplace as these fighters wait time in vain pursuit." He once said, "None of you can be peace unless he is knowledgeable, and he cannot enjoy knowledge unless he applies it practically." Once, a friend went, once, a friend went to visit him at his home. On reaching Abu Darda's house, he realized that the house was very small, shorter than the whole height of a standing man. Abu Darda's aunt lived in very poor environment. He had very few belongings. He had a very few belongings. When the friend saw the state of his house, he was sad. He said, "Why are you living like a poor man?" "Do not worry, my dear friends. This is just a temporary home. I am building a better house somewhere else." Abu Darda's aunt answered. The friend thought it was true and left the house. A few years later, the same friend went back and found Abu Darda's home in the same state. He asked Abu Darda why he hadn't moved to a better house. It was then Abu Darda revealed that the house he was referred was the Kaaba. The friend understood the nobility of this person and thanked him for teaching him a lesson. Once, Abu Darda was traveling from his house to the nearby place. There, he found a group of people beating up the man. When he approached the mob, he saw that the man was beaten and beaten by them. He was helpless. He wished all the men standing there in a gentle voice, "Assalamu alaikum." "Wa alaikum salam," our beloved Abu Darda. They wished him back in a great respect. In his calm and polite voice, he asked one of them, "My son, may I know what is happening here?" The man replied, "Our beloved Abu Darda, this man did something against the law. He has committed a grievous sin. That's why we are punishing him." Abu Darda silent for a moment and sighed. The man in the middle was eagerly looking at Abu Darda for mercy. Abu Darda looked everyone standing there and said, "All right, my dear children, if this man fell into a well, why should you help me get out of the well?" One man came forward and said, "Sure, yes." Abu Darda said, Then you should treat him in the same way. You should instruct him and confident about the sin that he has committed. You should tell him the right path. Give thanks to Allah as He always forgives your sin." The man came forward and then asked him, "Don't you hate him?" Abu Darda replied in a calm voice, "I hate his deeds, not him. He should stop his sinful actions. If he gives up all his sins, then he is my brother." On hearing Abu Darda's kind words, the sinful man realized his mistake and started to cry. He repented and lived a good life afterwards. Abu Darda was a famous merchant once upon a time. But after he met the Prophet Muhammad SAW, he lost his interest in doing business. He always found a companion of the Prophet Muhammad SAW. Once, his friend asked him why he is not showing his interest in his business anymore. He replied, "Before I met the Prophet Muhammad SAW, I was immersed in it. Then, after converting to Islam, I tried to live a life of prayers along with my business. Then I realized I was not able to give my full devotion to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala because of my business. I did not want my business. I did not want my business affect my bond to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why I stay to choose I that's why I choose to stay close to Allah rather than my business. Abu Darda made himself free from Allah's world attachment. On a very good night, some pilgrims visited his house. Abu Darda asked them to spend the night at his house. Abu Darda gave them a warning, but did not give them any blanket. When they were about to go to sleep, they realized that Abu Darda and they have not given them any blanket. One man of the pilgrims group wanted to ask him, but the others discouraged him and told them not to disturb him, as he must be sleeping. But the man didn't listen to them and went straight to Abu Darda's room. There, he found Abu Darda lying on the floor with his wife sleeping beside him. They both were not sleeping with any blanket as well. The next day morning, the man was at Abu Darda and asked him why he slept in a cold night without covering himself with a blanket. He asked him, being a banishment, where is your full possessions? He replied to the man, I shifted all my valuables to the other house in the village. I am collecting record possessions into that house. He also said, if there were any blanket here, I'll definitely give that to you. The man realized what he had meant. He bowed down respectfully and left his house. Abu Dhabi did not leave the church all together. He just left the world of ornament and glory. He needed a white bread which was enough to change the body, a roof cloth to cover the body. During the time of Caliph Umar al-Ant, Abu Dhar al-Ant was selected as a high-ranking official in Sham. However, Abu Dhar al-Ant rejected the appointment. Caliph Umar al-Ant asked him for the reason of his decision. Abu Darda said, if you want me to go to Sham, then I am going to teach them the Holy Quran, and I will ask them to pray along with me. Caliph Umar al-Ant agreed, and Abu Darda al-Ant carried out his full certificate. Then Abu Darda went to Damascus. There, he found the people leading an immoral life. They drank too much. They were, they were completely they were completely immersed in luxury and pleasures of the world. Seeing this, Abu Darul became very sad. Therefore, he called the court to the mosque. He spoke to them. He made a very spiritual and emotional speech in the mosque. He, he reminded them of every life they were living. He taught them about the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He applied them the need of living a holy life with the Holy Quran as the foundation of their path. On hearing and Abu Dara told them about the love of Prophet Muhammad SAW. On hearing Abu Darda's speech, the crowd started crying. He had created a strong feeling repentance in their heart. The, the crowd cried, can be heard outside the mosque. Everyone gathered at the mosque, changed their wild life at that day. From that day, from that day, Abu Darda regularly visited the assemblies, the mascot community, and visited the market. Abu people used to come and question, ask him questions on various matters. He even found a time to teach the intelligent industry. He used all the opportunities to teach them about the Holy Quran in the public. Thank you for hearing my story. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.